Welcome to Going Insane with Temperance Domain. That's me. Hope everybody's doing well. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, leave a comment, share it. That'd be great too. I welcome all good feedback. And yeah, let's get started. So I've just finished my Oracle message for the day, and it's right in line with what I was considering to talk about today. Really, it's incredible how that works, the energies. And when you get into the river, I call it the river, like the Holy Spirit, the water, you just float with the current. If you start struggling with the current, it's going to pull you under. It's called the undertow. If you quit struggling even while you're being pulled under, you'll be popped up where you're supposed to be, not necessarily where you wanted to be. And sometimes that can cause panic, pride, ego, because you're like, but I wanted to go that way. Why am I over here? Oh my gosh, I almost died. And it's like, the universe is like, but you weren't supposed to go that way. We tried to tell you, we want you over here because there's so many more blessings. Your perfect spot's over here, and I always my thing is I always say get in the river and float. It's easier, and it's way more fascinating, in uplifting, educational. Gain so much wisdom and knowledge in perfect synchronicity, in perfect step with where you are, because we can't see from up. We don't have the up. We don't have the view from the catbird seat. We just don't. We can't see the big puzzle. We keep trying to shove our piece of the puzzle into a space where it doesn't belong. It will never belong because only one jigsaw puzzle piece can fit in that space. There are no two alike. There can't be. You're not supposed to be. I mean, if we were all the same, we'd be stacked. We'd just be stacked. What fun would that be? I mean, what kind of optics is that? I mean, what kind of bigger picture? The divine design is not to stack us on top of each other. But it's really great to look around and see how the picture's forming and, communicating with each other, kind of feel the energy as things start coming together. I think it's so cool. I was going to say something else. I can't remember. That's okay. So I was going to talk about compassionate detachment. It's kind of a necessary rub as you get going down the road on this journey, dealing with people and situations and reoccurring people and situations, toxic people and situations, habits. Compassionate detachment to me means that we have to detach from anything 3D. Anything we're attached to is a codependent situation, issue, item, person. And codependency is one of the first things that have to be cleared up, because we have to trust the divine, the source, the universe, the cosmos, with our journey, hopping in the river, trusting that we're going to see everything we need to see, and we're going to end up right where we're perfectly suited to be. And so Detaching doesn't mean detaching or releasing. It doesn't mean letting go. It doesn't. It means faith. And it equals power. Not only for you, but to the other person. When you love someone so much that you're squeezing so tight, you're like Tommy Boy with his sail and his hamster, and I loved you and I hugged you, squeezed you, he killed the hamster. Well, it also means that we don't trust that we're worthy enough, or that the other person can find their way to love, to the light. And by staying attached or corded, we actually repel them, for one. I mean, that's natural. Anytime you're going to squeeze something to death, it's going to run in the other direction. And if we're in that mode, we're not healthy enough to have a truly reciprocal, loving, unconditionally loving relationship anyway, are we? I mean, a codependent relationship doesn't end well. I mean, that's what addiction is. It's a codependent relationship with something that's really not supposed to be happening. It's really not healthy. It's not adding to a state of mind or a peace. It's not proactive in your life or your growth in any way. It just isn't. Any addiction, any codependency. I admitted yesterday, I'm still holding on to my cigarette blankie. Working on it. I'm working on it. I've quit a lot of things. I put down a lot of things, and I'm almost there. And I'm really okay with that. I'm not struggling with it. I'm not shaming myself. I'm not putting unrealistic expectations. Expectations is another thing. You got to release the expectation of an outcome, or you're going to chase it away. It's just how it works. So it goes along with the compassionate detachment. So we can have compassion with other souls when we understand that the journey that we're on, they're approaching or encroaching on themselves, or they're well on their way, and we need to catch up. Either way, it's okay, because we're always where we're supposed to be, because that's where we're at. It's about making the next step matter, and the next step matter, and the next step matter. So that's what these videos are for. It's a journey of the steps that matter personally, on a growth journey, on a soul journey, on respecting other people's soul journey. So when you can compassionately detach, you do it with unconditional love. And then cut the cord. I always ask Archangel Michael to pull out his sword and release me, because it frees me, but it also frees them. And then everybody has room to grow. And and I I struggled. I struggled with this. I know how strong the cords of attachment can be. Trust me, they'll get reattached. You just ask to be released again when you realize it. And each time you'll grow, and you'll know you grow by the things that are showing up, by the triggers that we've talked about before, um, and what you need to heal. So I've struggled with um, 3 people mainly in my life that I had to keep cutting the cord, releasing, loving them with all my heart from afar, and trusting that God's got them. Yahweh, Source, Universe. And they don't need me to make it. They just don't. They're they're full-grown souls. They can figure it out for themselves. It's their journey, and thus far they really haven't respected mine, so it's okay. It's okay. I still love them, but I'm not attached to them needing. I'm not attached to their giving me esteem, being okay with what I'm doing, respecting me as a person. I'm okay with that. I don't need it. I'm not codependent on it any longer. Yay me! It's a good place to be because it's a very light feeling. It's a very I tell you, it's empowering, and it's empowering in the right way. When you start coming into unconditional love of yourself and of others, the freedom that um, allows in 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 your energetic field. I mean, just what comes in, what's allowed in, because now you're becoming, in sync with the universe, and the universe protects its own. I mean, if you're agreeing with the universe and unconditional love, it goes like that around you, and it's really not interested in all the darkness, the angst, the aggression, the evil. And there's lots of evil. If you think there's not evil in this world, hold on to your hat. It's going to be exposed, and it's going to be exposed in a big way very soon. I mean, it's already. If you can't see the tips of the icebergs already, take a deep breath and ask to be shown the truth, no matter what it is. That it start being revealed to you now, because it's going to be pterodactyl sized crow. I'm telling you that globally we're going to have to swallow in short order, not very long from now. But that's why we're here doing these, accepting that um, there's always room for growth, and choosing not to stay unhealed by ignoring the triggers or the codependent tendencies that we have. Faith that you're right where you're at, and that's okay. Or that where you're at is where you're supposed to be at, and that's okay. Forgiveness for others as you're forgiven. It's a wonderful, wonderful state of mind, peace of heart. So I think that will be the conclusion of compassionate detachment. Smile at someone today. Open a door. Crack a joke. Find joy. Remember, you're the gift. Start looking for opportunities to share that, even if it's just a cookie at a time. Karma is not only just negative. Good karma stacks up way faster than the bad karma, the negative karma, but perceived negative, because it's never negative. Not to go down too much of a rabbit hole here, but all karma being equal is good, because we learn as a soul in the eternity of existence, or as a soul in this plane, in this existence, opportunities to be accountable and culpable for our actions, and to take that lesson and move forward and teach it to others. That's the gift. Okay, Love you guys. Peace. Yeah, I can see.